we're back. Mm. Got the max interest, which is great. However, kind of don't want it. Instead, uh, okay. Do cash, and we'll do cash. And we're back, baby. We're back. Good morning, people. Good morning. Okay, let's watch some The Good Place. But I don't want to get copyrighted, so. Okay, fork. Shit, I think I broke my charger.
I've been working on my Western Hemisphere brunch banter. Tell me what you think.
that chalkboard, big boy. Show me what you're working with.
Actually, I was going to head into town and pick up some blankets.
Great. I'll grab my sweater. I can practice letting people cut in front of me.
You know, I just realized that I have blankets, so I'm going to take a nap using the several blankets that I already have. Good night.
What's wrong? Out with it.
I'm just tired, need a break. No big deal.
The way you're talking to me right now, everything's cool. No big deal. I know that move. When I told a boyfriend something was no big deal, it meant anything from I just bought weed from your nephew to I secretly befriended your ex-girlfriend last year. Things got out of hand and now I'm her bridesmaid.
Wow. Okay, well, in this case, it really is no big deal.
Dude, you're hiding something. What's wrong?
Nothing.
What is wrong?
Mummy, I made you this. It's the pretty bird we saw in the garden.
Thank you, Tahani. It's very competent.
I made a bird as well. I worked in reflective alloy, holding up a mirror to mankind in its mistreatment of these defenseless animals.
Excellent, Camilla. I sense the influence of Brancusi and Kapoor.
It seems you're moving out of your structural theory to more conceptual abstraction.
I wake up, there's Eleanor. I spend all day teaching. Eleanor. And then it's good night. Eleanor. Oh, this is a nice dream. My grandma's here. Wait, she's got Eleanor's face and tentacles for some reason.
I thought you liked teaching me. So now I'm just some huge burden for you?
Yes! Of course you are. I am in paradise. I should be doing paradise things, like rowing out on a lake with a good bottle of wine, reading French poetry.
That's your idea of paradise?
You know, and I can't stop helping you because then I am shirking my ethical duty. It's an impossible position.
You know what? If you're so stressed from writing on a chalkboard, why don't you just leave? We can pretend to be soulmates in public, but other than that, we don't have to see each other.
Fine with me. I'll move out right now.
Bye.
Good afternoon. As you all may remember, a sinkhole recently opened up in the town center. The situation, sadly, has worsened. Starting right now, no one may go outside under any circumstances. Leaving your homes could result in catastrophic damage to you and to the very fabric of the universe. Okay, bye.
Or we could both just stay here.
We hope you enjoy your eternal stay in the good place. Take advantage of our day spa, or Janet, a magical assistant who can get you wherever you want. And if
You might turn that off. It's been playing on a loop for 2 days.
The whole neighborhood is offline. We only get the welcome channel. I would love to not watch TV, but you canceled school. What have you done to me, you monster? Look at all these dishes piling up. I used to just throw them in the sink and they'd be magically cleaned by morning.
I did that. I cleaned the dishes.
Oh, then what's up with these bad boys?
You are unbelievable.
Are you still upset? You're not over it yet?
How can I be over it? We haven't discussed it or even spoken for days.
Well, it sounds like you've had a really nice vacation from your full-time job. Get your story straight, bro.
Hey guys, it's Michael.
Hi, Michael. What a lovely surprise.
Oh, I'd love to make small talk. I've been practicing to amaze me. But I'm in a bit of a rush here. This is Bart and Nina. They live right next door to the sinkhole, so they obviously need a place to stay. I was wondering, as my assistant, maybe you could put them up for a while?
Oh, of course. Don't think twice.
Okay, shouldn't take long. Between an hour and 11 months, somewhere in there. Okay, bye. Don't go inside.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of our brunch siege. I stayed up all night, got a full day of fun activities. Just check the schedule I made. Honey, sweetheart, doing your best. Yes, you would think so, with the internet. Still second to none. Honey, this auction is about the same embarrassing development.
fine.
Let me out. What is that?
Guys, really, it's no big deal.
It's not a big deal. It's nearly always cold for something is wrong.
Boom! That's what I said. I should have been a marriage counselor.
Okay, Janie, how was it? What is so unsatisfying about this song?
To be honest, okay, well, you know what? You guys have given us so much to think about, and I think we should go to bed. Just the two of us, alone. Just us. I know it's not the right time, but I told you.
Honey, wake up, dear.
Did I take the Simcoe? Heroin?
No, you did something catastrophically stupid, and we had to knock you unconscious. Why in the world did you go outside?
Because I saw the rankings. The manual.
That manual is only meant to be seen by architects and janitors. It's got some very sensitive material, plus some song lyrics I've been working on, and I'd rather not let people see those until they're finished. But anyway, why did seeing the rankings unravel you so?
I was so sorry to hear of your parents' passing. Please bear with me as I share their last will and testament. To Camilla, we have left £68 million for home in Kensington, their yacht and other assorted weekend boats. There's quite a lot of money and property that goes to you. There is one issue, however. They have spelled your name incorrectly in the will.
Got to be kidding me.
It says we bequeath the rest of our estate to Tahini, like the sauce.
You know what? I don't want the money. My sister can have it all. My whole life I have lived in your shadow, but now I'm going to step out of it. I am going to reach heights of success and sophistication that you can only dream of. Your cardigan's all inside out. I know! It's a new trend that I'm starting. Just one example of how I'm going to step out of your shadow. I'm sorry that I looked at the rankings, Mark. I just don't understand how I'm so low. My entire life I've tried to be extraordinary, which never seems to be enough.
And you thought you would increase your ranking by helping us reach the secret. Quite right. Literally billions. You were one of the most remarkable people on Earth. You have nothing left to prove. Anyway,
Hi there. The signal has begun to repair itself. Tahani saved the
no, still not. Has nothing to do with it.
Occupation double.
On avait envie de vous déstabiliser.
C'est ça. Puis il m'a demandé où je m'en vais. C'est comme me demander qu'est-ce que je fuis. Je voulais changer qui j'étais. Maintenant j'ai peur de qui je suis. Je savais déjà qu'ils nous comprendraient pas. À 14 ans j'écoutais des Je m'entraînais que
Que soda, je vais la boire au cola. Je voulais quelqu'un d'autre, toujours su que j'étais quelqu'un d'autre. On est où je m'en vais. C'est comme me demander qu'est-ce que je suis. De changer qui j'étais, maintenant j'ai peur de qui je suis. Quel tournant j'ai pris pour que ma vie tourne ainsi. Ça fait longtemps que je vis ma vie, j'ai l'impression d'oubli. Je me demandais où je m'en vais, je me demandais qu'est-ce que je suis. Je voulais changer qui j'étais, maintenant j'ai peur de. Dis-moi quel tournant j'ai pris pour que ma vie changer ma vie. Des moments qui s'inquiètent, des problèmes qui se montent. J'ai que ces zéros pour jouer. Mais puis tout tombe, ça sonne, ça fait confiance. J'ai pas perdu, je suis avec les boys. Genre là, qu'est-ce que je suis? De qui j'étais, maintenant j'ai peur. Rien a pris. No, stop, dude. Why you put music? I don't understand.
A customer just brought in a Dell laptop saying that it wouldn't charge. So to verify the issue, we fired up the system and ran Dell's built-in diagnostic tool, where we could see that even with the battery drained, the system showed up as a charger at an idle status, meaning it wasn't charging, and the AC adapter showed up as unknown. The first thing we wanted to try in this case was to swap out the charger. Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to remove this stuck broken charge port from this Lenovo IdeaPad 3. Okay, so I'm going to be using tweezers and a popsicle stick. Let me see if I can show you guys how this is done. So there's actually two little holes in here that I can line up the tweezers with. So yeah, just get that in. Okay, so as you can see, I can get this into this hole here. Alright, and once we got that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the popsicle stick here, and I'm going to push this all the way down. This causes the tweezers to pull outwards, and allows it to grip into those holes. So what I'm going to do is I twist this as I kind of slowly pull, and then once I get it slightly up, I'm going to move the popsicle stick further down. Okay, so you guys can see. Continue twisting and pull. As you can see, the thing actually came out slightly, but not completely. So I'm going to try and do this again. Get this popsicle.
No, no copyrighted. Fiesta. Everywhere I go. Shop. Wake up, grab gear, shave beer, put on some senior. Gotta get drunk for my mom. Wake up, break up. Oh shit! Et on était devant la base, on vit de la musique étant perdu. Là, je suis backstage avec les boys, c'est bien qu'on l'a toujours su. Je peux compter sur les doigts d'une main tous ceux qui ont vraiment cru. Là, je me demandais où je m'en vais. Je me demandais qu'est-ce que je suis. Je voulais changer qui j'étais. Mais je peux. Je dois toujours j'ai fou.
Choosing the right bank account is a
Juste parce que je vous aime bien, ma gang de flippers.
Ok. On l'a toujours su. C'était doigts d'une main. Faire confiance. Vraiment que. En tant que je vis, j'ai l'impression que j'ai un après. Il me demander où je m'en vais. C'est comme me demander qu'est-ce que je suis. Je voulais changer. Non, j'ai peur de qui je suis. Don't blink if you're buying. Welcome to the show. Guys, doing well because having a wonderful day on this 18th September 2025. We've been up for about 4 minutes, an hour. We watched a little bit of The Good Place, but I'm gonna do some good news. I'm gonna make some content. So I'm gonna be filming some videos. Then I'm gonna be doing the same thing, watching TV and filming content. And then I'm gonna go to my father's house for breakfast, brunch, and that's pretty much it. So should be excited, should be happy. Don't blink, it's your boy. Controversial because we know still having a wonderful day on this 18th September 2005. It is early AF, but we've been up for a couple minutes, which is kind of 30-40. And yeah, shout out to the people that are working. You're up super early to work, even though people will not see what you're doing as work. It is work. I'm gonna show you the moon, guys. It's gorgeous morning. But I had to show you before while I was working yesterday, so didn't have time to show you much of everything. But it's super, super small. But really nice. Ah, you're too hot. Oh, you're too hot. Da, da, da. L'œil papa qui se remet. Don't blink. Oh my god. I forgot to delete the video. Oof, Ink, you're dumb though. So this is. Okay, perfect. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Player Show. Because we hope you're having a wonderful day on this very early 18th, which is natural. Yeah, 18th September 2025. Holy shit, the phone is too hot once more. You're losing some precious sunlight. You know, when the time is dire, you have to do as dire time requires. It is the 18th September 2025. We finished about 2 hours ago. Slept a little bit, but knew there was gonna be an amazing sunrise because, of course, because of the cloud. So because of the cloud, we got sometimes some beautiful coloring. If you guys remember the sunset yesterday, it was mainly because of that. So I want to come on here and do a little bit of morning talk, as you can see. Not super tired, because we didn't go to sleep. What you call it? We didn't reach deep sleep. We're kind of napping more than sleeping. Zdrowia. Now this today is peanut butter and a steamed bun bunch. We have a course of you're too hot. Alright, energy drink. White peach Zoa. I'm in a good mood then. I even had time to watch the old episode of The Good Place. Which is not as good as I remember, to be honest, but still pretty good. Nazdrovia. Very good. It's weird how sometimes you're tired, and sometimes you should be tired, but you're not. Today, we're talking about change. Oh, there you go. It's a nice, look at this. A very nice sunrise. Talking about changes and positive changes, to be honest. You know, it's such a weird concept. Of course, this is not planned. So this is working overtime, but it's pretty easy. I mean, look at last year, right? I have never worked in my life as much as I did last year. Peanut butter is the way to go. And the steamed bun is just amazing. The tower. So we were as we much we worked much harder last year than we ever were before. But when you truly look at it, right? What did change? Well, the content changed. We matured. We voiced our opinion. We became much more confident in life, right? And we were talking about that with the person yesterday. She was saying like, well, I would like to do a psychological profile on you because it's gonna help me find a field for you to study in. And she was saying, what are your steps to find like a course or a job? And I was saying like, you know what? I like to go with a list of pros and cons. I think it's something that works since the dawn of time. I think it's a proven system. And I think, if anything, it's a pretty good idea. And then there's a crazy thing. It's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then we did a profile. Well, we're starting to do a profile, right? And she was talking to me about how important it is. And then before she even said it, I realized what she meant. She was meaning that we do have a list. We do have a list of pros and cons, right? It's gonna be a very cool video this morning. Good mood, good food, good nudes. I'm seeing somebody, so. And she's out of my league. Out of my league. Not bad. Even if I have this, it's just a pros and cons. It doesn't mean that I'm the right person for the right job, you know? I kind of have a whole list of pros and cons, but this touches you. Doesn't touch the company. Doesn't touch the other employees. Doesn't touch the boss. It touches you. Now, last job that we had was a small company. We were still 14 guys, which means we were about 7%. Yeah, 7%. Holy shit. This works like a... Still works pretty good. We're 7% of the company. And because we were 7% of the company, our opinion mattered within the company. Now there's people that are more vocal, so their opinion matters most. There are people that are directly speaking that are more important. Boss, as manager, a cat in the department, right? So again, your opinion is a sign of how many people respect you. If nobody respects you, nobody will listen to you. Even if you're right, nobody will listen to you. My apologies, disgusting. And if people listen to you, even if you're not right, people will listen to you. So it's kind of important because it is as a matter of how much your voice is, right? So even though we did so much change last year, how much was pertinent? How much was really helpful? So for example, last year I was left unopposed, and this is where it all goes down. I was left unopposed in a sense of whatever I did, nobody was saying, dude, this is wrong, or dude, don't do that, or dude, hey, think about it, right? Nobody was saying that. And I'm not asking people to do it because, again, it's a self-reflection journey. Um, Something that is wrong should feel wrong. We're watching The Good Place, and that's what they're talking about also. Um, Something that feels wrong is wrong, right? Your body will tell you, your morale, your soul, which is kind of cool. You got your brain, which will tell you, hey, this answer is wrong, right? You got your body that said, hey, don't touch this, you're gonna hurt yourself, right? And your soul will say, don't do this because this is wrong, which is kind of beautiful when you think about it, right? So then you have your moral, you have your values, right? You have how you perceive life, and this is really cool, right? So then what's gonna happen in this case is kind of insane because um last year we had more changes. When I talk about how content creation changed me, last year was the year where there was the most changes. But what does it imply? I have more voice. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Voice doesn't mean respect. Respect means getting heard. Even though if you have a voice, it doesn't mean that you get heard. I could be telling you, dude, there's gonna be an apocalypse in 2 years, and nobody will believe me, right? No. Is it true? No, it's not true. Okay, it's not true. If there was an apocalypse, we'll see sign already. Um, a virus, whatever, and very close to the Bible actually. It's weird because lately I've been really into spirituality, and I don't know why. It's a good thing, don't get me wrong, but like, where's it coming from? Ooh, health regen times 3. I'm at level 3 of health regen. That is huge, baby. That is huge. That is huge. Wow. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Um, Game. See, still ADHD. Don't worry about it. Your boy's changing, but not changing as much. So all of that change, if it's not perceived, right, doesn't mean shit. However, it does mean shit because you're changing for who? You're changing for people. You're changing for yourself, right? Huh? Huh? However, what does it mean, right? You can train your whole life to play basketball. You can train your whole life to play hockey. It doesn't mean you're gonna be a hockey player or a fire. I would say firefighter, but basketball and a hockey player. It doesn't mean that. I'm Canadian, so of course hockey holds a big place in my heart. Oh, Saint, can you see by the dawn early light? No, wrong anthem. This is the American anthem. Something like Oh Canada, something like that. Something better. Um, so yeah, so you see the changes, but it doesn't apply to you because you don't even care if you change, right? Your life possibly will be better if you change, but it will also possibly be worse. When I say I was left unopposed last year, this is what I mean. I was moving forward, but I was moving in a direction that is possibly good and possibly wrong. I will tell you a secret, okay? Come, let me tell you a secret. After a year, right? After a year, I still don't know if what I did last year was positive or negative. Chances are I will never know. I will never know. Did it change the very core of my being? No, because there was already some seeds. Did we put what should I call it? Engrais in English. Engrais. I'm gonna have to do the trusty Google. Engrais in English. Engrais in English. Fertilizer. Oh. 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 We put some fertilizer, we watered the plant, and these seeds that was previously there did grow a lot. But I'm 5'4", so they grew possibly half an inch. See, joking is the best possible example you can have, right? The more you joke, the more your sense of humor will change, right? Can we agree on that? Cool, 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 cool. Your sense of humor change, right? And your sense of humor change in multiple ways. The first way is, well, you know, uh, I find out that I like this kind of humor, right? I say, well, you know what? I prefer making a joke less obvious than obvious because you joke and you learn about joking, right? And your sense of humor. Chances are, your sense of humor is the chance. Chances are, the chance of the sense of humor that you have is going to be the sense of humor that you prefer listening to, right? You're inspired by comedian. You're inspired by joke itself, so you change, right? It doesn't mean a joke can be extremely funny for you, but can be meaningless to somebody else. change can be extremely meaningful to you, but meaningless to somebody else, right? And even then, if I change, I don't have the tools to really like to partake in it. You, for example, right? For example, um, I was making a video last year, and I have a community which is I'm very grateful for. You guys are amazing. You guys have shown up time and time again. You guys are amazing. I connected with a girl, the girl I'm seeing right now. Connected with a girl about I think it was like oh my god, I'm gonna be an asshole. I think it was 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, and this girl, she's been following me, and we've been talking here and there for 3 years, right? 3 years, and now we're connected on a more deeply level, which is really cool. And again, out of my league completely. Um, but at the same time, a lot of my videos are gonna be like, for example, this video, right? I know, I know from the get-go that I'm gonna do a long videos, and I know from the get-go that nobody will care, and nobody will watch the whole thing, which is normal, right? Because nobody wants to hear a guy at 6:33 a.m. rambling about changes, right? Much less a guy that rambles, got ADHD, go from A to E to C to B to V. You know, it's all a question of, how can I say that? It's all a question of um. This is also a weird thing with social media. I could be talking about penises, right? I could be doing the same videos about penises, the length, the girth, the head of the penis, and if I had 1 million followers, I would get views no matter what. If I don't have videos, if I don't have followers, well, no matter how great my penis video is, it will not be watched, right? So nobody cares, and this is fine also, right? Because this video is an increment of changes, right? I could have done this exact same video a year ago and have a completely different discourse, right? Now, again, this is a cool thing. Is the discourse better than last year or this year? This year or last year? It is sunrise. It is gorgeous. It is magnificent. And the answer is I don't know. The answer is I don't know. See, this video today is about changes, right? And it's nuts because right now, if you look at our life right now, it's completely changed. We do have a job, and again, it's not phenomenal. It's not normal that I come back home from work today. I slept for 2 hours, maybe more, maybe more. I don't know. I came back home. It was 3:15. We woke up at 5:40 something. Yeah, 2 hours. Um, and I'm not tired, right? It's not normal. No, is my body tired? Yes, my body is tired. It's kind of hard physically. But that's because I'm obese. But mentally, we're not challenged, right? So I come in, and this is the ADHD also. People think about chaotic energy, but the chaotic energy can start from here. Your body is just a tool for your brain to use. And your body being a tool for your brain to use, as much as there's a user of tools or a need for tools, the tool we use, right? Which is kind of cool. And it's, wow, look at this. So what's going on right now? Kind of super cool. So before, way before, I'm gonna say 20 minutes ago, right? The sun was behind the clouds, right? Then the clouds gradually disappeared, and now the sun is strong enough to go up and down the clouds. So the clouds have a very nice shades, which is happy. I'm happy that I woke up for this. And it's nuts because this change, I want to say I changed for me. The reality is I didn't change for me. I changed for you guys because I wanted to be the best possible way. You know, I knew, okay. I didn't have much to offer, so I changed to offer the most as possible. Pretty much it. So is this a good change or not? It's a bad change because your reason for changing wasn't genuine. If I spew a message of like me the way I am, otherwise I don't care, which is very wrong as a message. People shouldn't be obligated to have to love you the way you are because say, you know what, I like this about this guy, I like this about this guy, but this about this guy I do not like. I don't like at all. I don't like how fast he's talking. I don't like that he doesn't shave his neck beard. I don't like that, right? And my answer to that is, oh well, oh well, you know. But you shouldn't fall and over heel over somebody. for all of their flaws. However, if you're willing to accept the flaws, this is pretty good, right? However, if you're willing to accept the flaws, I didn't have to change in the first place because you're willing to accept the flaws. Do you understand? Listen again, this is important. If people like you for your flaw, then you don't have to change because they like the flaws. But then, if they like the flaw, is it a reason for you to stay in your circle? Stay in your circle of I'm not moving forward and improving, or but I'm not going backward and digressing. Hmm? I'm staying in this circle where I'm circling around the same person that I am, right? And this is the craziest thing, right? Because this circle contains everything that I ever need. It contains me, right? It contains small problem, right? It contains a solution, and then it contains me, right? However, what we're looking for is a square. Me, problem, solution. You know what the last one, the growth of the square is, right? Growth. I've learned this from this mistake, so I will not do it again. If I do it again, I will take care of it because I know how to think. So this is a square, right? And a square can include growth, right? But in the square, how much is one corner? Which is that corner is growth. It's still 25%, right? Right now what we're doing is at 25%. We're working on the 25%, right? Because we're working on that 25%, we have somewhat of a growth. We have somewhat of a way forward. There's less changes because I'm not working as hard on changes. But there's still, if you look at my life right now, job. It's not complex, but it's a job, right? And it pays the bills. Truth is, it doesn't pay the bills, but hey, it's something. And hopefully, if I'm a good boy, I'll be getting the good boy treatment, which is more hours, a better position in a company. Good boy treatment, right? Right now, I'm the runt of the liver, and get the shitty job and the shitty hours. But hey, it is something, right? If you look at changes, we've been meeting with a person from the government who's helping us build a better CV, apply for better, right? I do have a job right now, but it doesn't stop me from getting a job later on, right? Also, we met another person yesterday, and then she was gonna tell me, okay, well, if you want to run a course, we'll help you out, and she gave me some information yesterday, which is kind of pretty cool about schooling, right? I might be going back to school, guys. I might be going back to school. I think I'm gonna go back to school, to be honest. So I think this is a good position because it's changes, right? But technically speaking, we start changing 2 months ago because we start seeing the person 2 months ago, right? Which is stupid because I refuse to believe that we haven't improved before 2 months ago. But then again, it goes to show if nobody noticed the change, do you truly change? And this is also cool because there's joy to see this. Nobody noticed the change, so the change wasn't important enough to be noticed, or it wasn't big enough to be noticed, or nobody cares about you changing. Now, the reality is, if nobody cares about you changing, and you question if you're supposed to change or you change more, then the change might not be enough for yourself, right? A classic people pleaser, right? Somebody didn't like me wearing red, so I'm not gonna wear red, right? I changed my whole way of dressing for this person. Now, does changing the way you dress changes your personality? It does. It does. Because you didn't really change your wardrobe, right? You didn't stop wearing red. You stop wearing red when you're about with that person, which show that submissiveness. It show that you're willing to make a compromise. It's showing that you looking to please the people by doing something that will please them, right? And there's a couple of questions there. Are they willing to do the same thing for you? No, they're not willing to change for you, right? Does it make your change meaningless? No, because you made the effort to be a better person for them, right? The Good Place, morally speaking, and I watched 3 episodes, so I'm not here to show you like, oh my god, my life was changed by The Good Place, but it raises some question, which is good. If you want to watch the Good Place, hurry up. It's leaving Netflix 26th of September, which is in 9 days. Because today counts, the 26th counts, so that's 9 days. Quick math. Because the change is meaningless to other people, because it won't change for you. Do you care? No, because you did something good. Changing your wardrobe to please them was something good, right? Should you do that for everybody? No. You shouldn't do that for everybody. Should you do that always? No. There has to be some concession. There has to be rewards for the sacrifices you do. Otherwise, for example, when I had my bully at work, right? I can safely say that was my fault. I allowed him to talk to me like shit in the beginning, so I could come in and say, hey, okay, so this is also important for changes. I could come in and say, hey, I don't want you to talk to me like shit anymore because you allowed me before. What changed, right? So you have to endure it, right? But then because you endure it, it kept going further and further and further and further, testing your limits, right? And in a normal world, people will not test your limits. In a normal world, shitty people like that don't exist. But hey, you know what? Life will put situation, the universe will put situation in your life to improve or digress your life once again. What if the bully, right? This is where I'm gonna lose everybody's attention here. Okay. What if the bully was put by the universe in my life to provoke change? What if it was a test from life itself? What if it was a fate meeting? Like, hey, this is a fate meeting, and if you do change, you're gonna get something good. If you don't change, well, guess what? But we understand that we need a cataclysm to provoke the change, so we'll put a shitty person in your life, right? And this person, right, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, who cheated on you, right? You thought it was gonna be a wedding, right? You thought it was gonna be the person for the rest of your life, and they cheat on you, and then you break up with them, right? And then the next couple of people, even though they did nothing to you, you're still pissed off about this one person cheating on you. So like, you know what? Fuck you. My ex cheated on me. And it doesn't matter if they tell you, well, I'm not your ex, I didn't do nothing to you. It doesn't matter. Cheating is cheating and you're a victim, right? But if somebody cheats on you, right? If somebody cheats on you, does it make you think that you need to change? No. They're the assholes, right? Now, maybe you were not sexual enough for them. Maybe you weren't what they were looking for. They stayed with you, which is weird, right? And the next person, you treat them like shit, right? But what if, right? This person cheats on you, right? Which means the next boyfriend or girlfriend or they them, I don't know what you call they them, right? My partner, I think that's the correct terminology, whatever. Your partner um, can suffer from this person injustice towards you, right? And then you realize I'm a shitty person because I made somebody pay that had nothing to say. I think in French they reproche to feel guilty about, right? So because I treated the person like shit, the second person like shit, I feel bad. So I need to balance it out, right? I need to balance it out, right? The third person I'm gonna treat so nicely because I don't want to put their feeling aside because my ex cheated, right? I'm gonna treat them way nicer than I treated the person before. I'm gonna be way more understanding of their needs than I did before because I do care and I don't want to be an asshole, right? So this changed in me, right? But I'm still not gonna allow people to cheat on me, and I'm still gonna be on my guard, right? So your meaning is kind of middle, right? And then the hurt that you suffered was worth it because you learned a lesson from it. But it also mean that this is the important part, that the fact that you made somebody else suffer was worth it because you did change from it. However, if the price for you improving your life is somebody suffering, is it worth it, right? And not every single change is good. There's gonna be changes that's not good, right? Um, People that are broke. Um, I had this mentality of being broke because I grew up thinking we were broke. When I went to the apartment, I was broke. A lot of my life was broke. I'm broke right now, so I start to be really worried about cash rates. At 21 years old, 22 years old, I was really worried about cash. I used to cry to my father. Oh my God, this is a sad story. I got two stories for that. I used to get to my father and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm costing you so much." Because I didn't understand money, and I was told like, "Yo, money is important. You're costing a lot of money," which is something that you shouldn't say to your son. But hey, my father did. I was almost dead, but we survived somehow, and we healed right away, which is insane. Um, Next, I went to the Dollarama, and this is a true story. I was 11 or 12, and you know what? I have this job mowing lawn, right? I make a little money, right? I go to the Rama and I buy, and I remember all of this. I bought my favorite candy bar, which was, I don't remember the candy bar. It wasn't Butterfinger. It was something like Butterfinger though. It was a chocolate and you had a very hard interior. I don't remember the name of the bar. Of course, I'm not gonna find it. Canadian chocolate bars. Holy shit! I can't believe it. It's the second one. Chocolate and a soft and a hard interior. Wow. See, this is the universe telling me something. Eat more chocolate. Thank you, universe. I will. Um, so we go and buy one bar, right? Maybe I buy two. I don't remember. And I remember I gave it $5, and I remember saying, "Hey, keep the change." And the cashier, she's like, you didn't need, um, we don't need the change. We're doing okay. I'm like, yeah, but look at the prices you're selling your stuff at. You must be losing money. I literally thought that. Now to give the little I had to help a corporation, but the intention is helping, right? You know, I was very worried about cash, right? So then, even when I start making good money, I wouldn't spend. I wouldn't spend at all. For example, I would wait for the specials. I would wait until we did something, right? My first big buy was a PS4, which was in 2013. I came into the apartment in 2012. Um, and then I hit the pandemic. In the pandemic, something changed in my behavior. I was getting a lot of money for not working. So like, you know what? I'm getting way more money than I am working, so let's spend a lot more money. So I start going on Amazon, and then I become a shopaholic. We're shopping every single day. And then there's no ending, right? And last year, we did the same thing. We shop. I made $17,000. This is a lot of information, but fuck it. I made $17,000 from the government, from unemployment. I had 12,000 in the bank already. In 1 year, we spent $29,000 on rent, shit like that, but also on shit that was not important, right? So because I was treated as broke, I fought as a broke person. I was like, you know what? Time for luxury. I don't know when the next time I'm not gonna have money, so let's use it, right? And this is a core changes that stem from trauma as a kid, right? Trauma stem as a kid. For example, somebody that's oh my god, I'm part of a king community, right? And in the king community, there's a lot of women, most of all, women that have been our word, so great, right? So most of these people, they have a kink of reliving the instance. Now, psychologically speaking, reliving the instance is an excuse not to heal from the thing. So a traumatic event happened to me when I was younger. I'm gonna continue to repeat that incident so I don't have to change, right? And I don't have to forgive the person. I don't have to evolve from it. I'm reliving it, so I have an excuse to be still hurt by it, right? But this is the kink that they have, right? And it's a psychological thing more than a physical thing, right? But normally a kink is a physical thing. You have a bodily reaction of need, of famishness, of you're hungry for something that they do, right? And this is a response that should invoke a change because it's a traumatic event. Traumatic event, just like burning yourself as a kid, should create a response of I don't want to burn myself again because it hurts, right? However, some people they don't process the information like other people. But all of that to say that the change is mostly created, right? And then if you look at the change last year, what created the change last year, right? The change last year was for very selfish reason. I want to make it as a content creator. So the change that we had last year was like, okay, well, you have this year to work, you have this year to make community, you have this year to make this a job, this year to make this a possible living situation where you pay your bill, you have enough to feed yourself, right? You're not rich, but you're not broke, right? And it didn't work. So all that change could be seen meaningless because the prospect at the end wasn't achieved, right? Now, the change that we faced last year, recently, which is finding a job, finding some help, professional help, to be a better employee. I'm 32 years old, and I have never asked myself the question how. And this is a true story. I wish I was joking, but I couldn't be more honest. I'm 32 years old, and I have never asked myself the question, what can I do to become a better employee? Why? Because I don't give a fuck. Is that a correct answer? No. Is that the truth? Yes. Is it morally wrong? Possibly. But at least it's honest. That's the truth, right? That is my truth. I don't care. But then I realized that, okay, well, you're asking the world out of people. You're asking them to fetch the moon, but you're not even willing to fetch something that's 2 streets away. So you have to meet them somewhere. You have to do compromises, right? A work is like a relationship, and you realize that. Now, truthfully, what happened is, I last year didn't want to work because I said, whatever you do, you want to find a company that's as good as the one that you have, which is the job that we had for 8 years, right? It's like this relationship. I needed a rebound, but I was like, you know what? If I have a rebound, this is disrespectful to my ex, but also this will take away from the memory that we have, right? So I'd rather be involved in there. And that was like last year, and there was almost this almost base idea of I am guaranteed to make it because there's no way that I worked this hard, that I put in this much effort, that I sacrifice sleep, blood, sweat, and tears, and there's no reward, right? It's always a system of risk versus reward. I risk my mental, physical health, right? And there's no reward, right? I couldn't conceive this idea, but it happened. So then, you start wanting to get a job because you're like, okay, well, the banks is empty and I need a job, and this is the truth. Am I still holding on hope that content creation will work? Yes, I am. But now that I understand it might take another 2, 3 years, another 5 years, right? And now this is the worst thing possible. This idea that I have right now, and this is the truth, I'm coming in clean, right? The idea that I have right now is I'm gonna find a job and I'm gonna be happy for the next 5, 6 years, right? But if I find a job that I'm gonna be happy for the next 5, 6 years, I want to be a good job. I want to be a job that has promises because I'm gonna be working there for so long. If I'm gonna be working there for so long, I want to be comfortable, right? And now there's a more of an open-mindedness. I'm like, what if I love the job so much that even though content creation was a plus, I could still do that, right? And I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But then, and this is super insane because I remember this summer, and it wasn't even this summer. It was I want to say it was I want to say it was June. Yeah, it was June. June or August, one of the two of them. Because it was a moment where they hired a lot of people. I felt bad about hiring. I felt bad about asking for help for a job, right? Because I felt like I was begging people for help. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you my time, my precious time. I'm gonna give you my energy, precious energy. I'm gonna give you all my brain power for a salary. I'm groveling and I'm begging for help. Please, kind sir, help this poor soul. And I felt bad about that because I'm like, first of all, I have pride. Second of all, what I'm doing is great. Third of all, what I'm doing is what I want to do in life, right? So why would I change? But then, at the same time, right now, the mentality is completely different. It's a compromise. Okay, so I want this, and here's what I have to offer. Basic trade-off services. You need employees. I need a job. You need employees. I need employment. Because there's just passing of a trade, it doesn't have to be leveraged. It can be equal, right? I don't come into work, I don't get paid, right? And this is the nuts part. Because where I was wrong, and this is stupid habits. My apologies. Where I was wrong was the reason why I was so feeling like It was the leverage, a relationship of power, where the employers has total power over my decision, because I was very, professionally speaking, submissive. I was really like, oh, you need something? You need overtime? I got you. I got you. I got you. Whatever you need, I'll do it. Right? Whatever you need, I'll do it. You need this and this and this? Okay, I'll do it. No problem. But this is the problem also, right? Because I'm so... Oh, shit, I'm gonna die here. No, I'm gonna upgrade my shit, and then I'm gonna die. Come on, come on, come on, come on. The vampire. Always the vampire is gonna kill me. Always the vampire. Ugh. Died. A horrible death, too. A horrible death. I love that no matter what, I'm gonna die from the same enemy. You know what? I got 306 left. There you go. So, the reality of it is, because the last time that I had a new job, well, I was 26. Now, this is insane, because I just told you that I work, which means that I have a new job because I wasn't working before. So why are we treating this as a job? Well, super simple. I'm not treating this as a job because it isn't a job. A job to me is a sort of 9 to 5. Is a sort of 9 to 5. Is a day in, day out. You come in the morning and then you go back home, and you know the next morning you're working, right? A job is something that sorry, you start on a Monday. Like, oh, it was nice this weekend, right? And this is not a job because I work 3 days a week. First of all, I work 6 hours a day. Second of all, so this is in French we call it une jobine, which is like a summer job or a small job. Student job also is a good term for that. Student job. I'm gonna check out something. Ooh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, we're still uploading. Good. Good, 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 good. And also, and my mom was pissed at me for saying that, but this is honest, right? But I do understand where she's coming from also. Do I see myself working this job for a long period of time? Yes and no. The reason I'm saying yes is because if I change shift, maybe go to the day shift, if I change schedule, why the day shift? Well, because in the winter I'm fucked. There's no buses. And I can't take my bike. And it's too far for me to walk. So the reality is, and I don't drive, so the reality is I'm kind of a slave to my own situation, right? And in the situation, it's only available during the summer, so this is not possible. Also, I'm saying yes because if I was doing a 40 hours, see, a job should be paying your bills, but if it's not paying your bills, are you truly working? If you're working a job and you're not able to pay your bills, there's two possibilities. Either you're paying too much, or you're buying too much stuff, or either you're not getting paid enough. There's a problem somewhere. So, I mean, this is not a job. This is an in between, right? This is why I'm saying this. The last time that I truly found a job was 10 years ago. I was 20. No, I was less than that. I was 24, right? So that's 8 years ago. It was 2018. I was 25. Yeah. I don't know why. It felt like much more than that. Well, I know why. Because when you're doing something that you love, well, last year spent like that. Versus those last 8 years that spent so slow. And I was a very different person than I was at 24. I am a very different person than I was at 24. I changed a lot, right? Now, at the same time, was I willing to work as hard at the end of the employment and at the beginning of the employment? Well, it's a very complex situation. When I started the company, I was a agency worker. Agency worker, your goal is a temporary agency is to get hired, right? That's your goal. So you're gonna be putting in the effort, and then this effort became normal because you're doing the same thing every single day. So this, which used to be a lot, becomes normal because, like, hey, I've been doing this for a whole last year before I get hired. So I'm pretty used to the amount of work that we have, right? Um, that's pretty much it. Um, but now there's a problem for the next gig, for the next job, next gig. And the problem for the next gig is, am I gonna come in with a backward mentality of I want to do this, 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 and this? And the answer is I don't know. I don't know. I might be working and like, yo, next laptop that I had, we could do this, this, this. Yeah, but laptop that you had doesn't even apply to this job. It's a completely different entity, right? And then at the same time, I'm like, okay, okay, so this is actually a really good point. You're willing to change, right? Um, Currently in life, I'm an agency worker, right? I want to get hired by life. I want to get hired. So to get hired, I'm willing to make more changes, right? So if there's a change to be have is when there's still something to gain, which is life itself. If I had life or if I had stability in life, would I be willing to put in as much work? No. You know why? Very simple. It's very simple. I wouldn't be as willing to change because I'm in a position where I got the job. There's a lot of people that will go into a relationship, and the person will be, I don't understand. When we started dating, you were so much more romantic. Yeah, I was trying to seduce you. I I have you now, you know? There's a really cool saying from the douchebags. They're saying, and this is totally wrong to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And I think it's a great saying because it's true. Um, Once a person give up sex or give up the relationship, so that you're dating them, uh, they give up the whole power. Because when you were first trying to seduce this person, you were after something. Maybe it was after sex, or maybe it was after a relationship. Once you get that, you don't need to hunt anymore, right? You don't need to hunt anymore. This is the part of life. Right now, we're trying to change because there's change. We feel that we need to change. And we feel that we need to change is based on failure. So the more we fail, see, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting the same result, right? I'm insane, so I don't care. But at the same time, people will see this and like, this guy is stupid. He's making the same mistake all the time. And this I care about. This I care about. Because I'm not dumb. I hope I'm not dumb. I know I'm not dumb. Thank you for agreeing with me. It means a lot. Um, so all in all, I'm changing because I'm like, okay, well, if this doesn't work, maybe I should try another approach, right? And you're trying another approach, and then you have success or you have unsuccess. And if you have failure or unsuccess from the French language, um, back to the drawing board. Okay, what did change? What can I improve? What should I work on? Etc. 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 This is where you're either wrong or you're right. There's no good answer here. There's no good answer. The only answer that is possible is you're either moving forward or moving backward. And in 46 minutes, we said the same thing. We started this video with what? We started this video with, I don't know if the change that I did last year was positive or negative. Did I move forward or did I move backward? But this is life. This is life. You don't know what you get until you lose it, and you don't know what to expect until you get it. Right? The biggest thing about life, the thing that I truly believe, is once you're too old to understand. My apologies. Once you're too old to enjoy life, that's what you understand life. My parents understand life. Are they too old to enjoy it? My apologies. I don't know. What I do know is I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll see you guys really soon. Let's see really soon. I'm talking about a couple seconds, but hey, you don't need to know that because the video is ending now. So thank you so much for watching. Love ya. Take it easy. Peace. Oh mon dieu, 3 minutes. What? Oh, schnitzel. What? Three minutes. You guys saw that, right? I mean, the video, we had literally 3 minutes left. Oh, thank God. It was the extra quarter that was... It was the extra quarter. Oh my God. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink with a nice sunrise in behind me. If you're doing well, please having a wonderful day on this 18th September 2025. Today we're starting the day with a morning tet that was 47 minutes. That's why we're so awake. Next on the list we have what? Next on the list we have, drumroll please, the intro. What are the plans for today? Today is a really cool day. I'm seeing my father at 10 o'clock. Within 3 hours for some nice brunch, right? Brunch is my favorite meal because, well, I don't need to give you a reason. It just is. We have a huge problem with the laptop, and I don't know how to fix it. You see this? This is the charger. The thing for the charger, so I need to take it out. And the reality is I don't know if I can. I do not know if I can. Yeah, hitting this is going to be very good ink. So I'm going to have to go in with pliers and take it out. Problem is I don't know if I can take it out. If I can't take it out, I do have another laptop at home. It's an old one, but it will do the job. So I'm going to try to fix that, hopefully. And that's pretty much it. So going to my father's house, we're gonna be watching a lot of The Good Place. The Good Place, we're doing good. We're at season 1 episode, I think it's 6, which is not great. Is the show as good as I remember? Not so much. But I love the show, so there's a possibility that it gets better at the end, right? We'll see. Also the fact that I watched season 1 3 times and I watched season 4 1 time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be watching this. I'm gonna be doing videos. I have a plan that's not really a plan. I kind of want to finish The Good Place early because tomorrow we're doing a whole day of Occupation Double, which is gonna be well, we have 4 episodes of 30 minutes and 1 episode of 1 hour. So that's 3 hours of watch time, which is not a lot. But after that, I'm not gonna want to watch another show, do some recap, right? So this is Plan A. This is Little B. Little A meets Little B, create Little C, and they live happily ever after. What is Little C? Little C is streaming. I really want to stream. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but so the problem is yesterday this was full and this was even fuller. So yeah, I have to fix that. Because it's a question of every single fucking day. I have to upload. Like right now, we'll be filming for an hour 23, which is hard to believe, but I'm gonna be filming for 2 hours. That's gonna be 2 hours and 2 hours, which is gonna be about it's about 20 gig, which will take me another hour and a half to upload. I don't mind when my phone isn't full, but when it's full, forget about it. So yeah, so I have to fix that. We did find a way to fix our files, right, which is great, but does it work? Does it not work? I don't know. I do not know. So this is gonna be a thing to really fix, and that is pretty much it. So I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well. What am I supposed to say? That's pretty much my day. But that's gonna be the most interesting day. Oh, by the way, tonight we're doing a TikTok live. We haven't done one in a couple of days, so I missed it. But again, we had a tournament. We had Brooklyn 99 to finish. With with Brooklyn Nine-Nine we didn't finish. I'm afraid from the Good Place for the Good Place. And after that, I don't know what I'm gonna be watching. I think I'm gonna be reading Jujutsu Kaisen or watching Naruto. I want to do some anime. 'Cause it's been a while and I'm craving anime. I'm craving it from the bottom of my heart, and that is pretty much my day. So not the most interesting thing, but not the most boring thing. So there's better and there's worse. This is the better part. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay. The Good Place. 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 Oh, I know. Oh, I see. Oh, you know. You and me was the truth. Was the rude. I don't know why. And I know it's our show. Is the truth. Follow you. Oopsies. Well, this is a blooper for sure. Don't blink, it's your blink. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the commentary show. I think Wopsta having a wonderful day on this glorious 18th September 2025, second day of watching The Good Place. So I have an offer for you guys. Want to fork talk about this bullshit show called The Good Place? Because I want to. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna be reviewing, hopefully, from the season 1, episode 3 to episode 5 inclusively. So without further ado, let's start. So at first we got Shitty continuing the courses with Eleanor. And you know what's insane? You know what's insane? This show is so powerful because this morning we had a talk about changes, right? And changes that was positive, becoming a good person, whatever, whatever. And I thought I was not recording. Um, it's possible that because we watch A Good Place, it makes you think, which is kind of like a great use for the show. We have Shitty course of being a good person, which is kind of cool because if you listen to it, kind of makes sense, but also super cool because we're in season 1, episode 3, and this episode is about questioning Shitty. I'm not gonna tell. Okay, well, it's the episode, but basically, Michael says, "Hey, I had the capacity to read book at a super high speed. I gotta say, I read your book and I don't understand the shizzle." And Shitty is a bit like, what? And he doesn't understand, you know. But it's amazing because Shitty is presented as this person with better than average um, understanding of moral. But if his understanding of moral is flawed, then the course for Eleanor is flawed. But at the same time, it's not the course that's a problem. It's not the course itself. The problem is that HD is not a good person, but he spent his whole life believing that he was right about being moral, and he was wrong. You see, the guy taught at university or college. He taught moral in college, so if he's wrong, then it's all understanding, but also the understanding of a lot of people that he taught is changed. See, Eleanor might be a student present, but it is past, right? So this is insanely cool. Insanely cool. So we have this, that. We got Tahini. Tahini who goes in and gives a plant to Eleanor. Now, Eleanor in here, behavior is very normal. She sees Tahini and she's. Oh, I'm so sorry. Tahani. I said Tahini. Oops. She sees Tahani and she's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna show everybody that she's not a good person. So what she's trying to do, she's trying to put down Tahani to build herself up, which is something extremely not cool to do. However, if that's the way she feels, that's the way she feels. Um, so yeah, so she's trying to build her up. We have a plant, and this is why The Good Place is a great show. The plant is the relationship between the honey and Eleanor. When she does something good, the plant burns. When she does something, not when she does something bad, the plant burns. When she does something good, the plant is healing. So this is in itself a great concept because it's a representation of the relationship, right? Would you like that with your best friend? But it's something also that is super important. Why? It's super important because you're basically seeing this as a guideline for morals. If I can treat my neighbor nicely, I can treat complete stranger nicely, right? And what is good because I have a physical representation of what is good with the plant, right? Shitty is teaching theory. The plant teaching physical. That's pretty much it. So she goes in, and that's the plan. That's the whole episode. Uh, Shitty is basically saying like what you're doing. She tells him I'm gonna teach you, which is kind of crazy, um, kind of crazy because she's like no, that's not a good idea. Second scene that we have is she talking to Michael, and Michael saying, listen, I gotta be honest, your book was shit. Your book was complete shit. I couldn't understand anything, and my apologies. This is kind of cool because this makes Shitty be question the whole thing, and at the same time, this is the best. This is the best. So you know when he said that Eleanor feeling guilty was a proof that she was a good person? Well, Chitty questioning what he says is proof of intelligence. There's still a desire to learn. There's still a desire to do the things wrong, and to do the things wrong. The hacking. So this is kind of cool. Next we have Honey and Eleanor trying to get closer, and Eleanor ends up stealing the she ends up stealing the diary of Tahani to see if she's shocking church. What is cool here is Tahani actually confides to Eleanor and says, "Listen, me and my husband we're not getting along, and it's really bad. It's something that's going on that I don't know what to do. I'm this good person. I'm supposed to be happy. I deserve to be happy, but I'm not. So I don't know what to do." And Eleanor is a girlfriend that's supposed to say, "Oh, leave this man," or tells, "You know what? You got better." You know, and it sucks. So basically, Eleanor thinks that Tahani left the. This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. She thinks that Tahani left the place. See, also, I'm wrong because when I say that Eleanor goal is to prove that Tahani is a fraud, Tahani is. Eleanor believes that Tahani is blackmailing her, and she put the thing, "You don't belong here," under the door, right? So because she did that, um, and then want some dirt on her, so they're becoming shit sister. What is a shit sister or shit brother? Is when you know something about the other person that could hurt them, but they know something about you that could hurt you. So you don't tell the secret, but they don't tell your secret. So basically, oh, I got a new mod. What is that? Yeah. Noise. Okay. I don't have anything to do. Okay. The tower. If you're looking for a good tower defense game, the tower is amazing. Amazing. Good. So then she follows Tahani. And this is cool because Eleanor, by following Tahani, actually does a couple of good deeds, you know? Which is super nice. Oh, we have. Okay, so this is a super important episode for the flashbacks. This is flashbacks of Eleanor, episode number 2. And it is super good. So she has a boyfriend, and they're drinking coffee, right? And this is absolutely phenomenal. And this is possibly the most important question, and so far in a good place. So she has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend comes in, and he's like, "Yo, you can buy coffee from that place. The guy is sexually harassing a lot of people." And it's like, "Yeah, but it's a closed coffee shop." So then what she does is she buys football tickets to a game. She says, "Yeah, we gotta support them because a couple of the players has DUI." And she tells her boyfriend, "Evil is everywhere. Let's just face it. There's no escaping evil, right? And if it's everywhere, why should we?" And the boyfriend says, "You know what? You're right, but we should at least try to do something positive." And he's also right. See, the two people are right, which is the good thing or the good place. You're asking yourself, you know. So then, Michael, what he does is he's trying to get Shitty to do something else. He's like, "You know what? I know that you're working on that book, but it's not a good idea. It's not gonna work." So he gives him the map. He says, "You know what? Possibly cartograph the good place, cartograph the neighborhood would be a good usage of your time." But Shitty at the end will say, "No, you know what? I love writing this book. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but at least I want to try to do something better, which is cool. Um, we got Janet, which is super funny because Janet is being constantly, and this is kind of a cool thing because Janet's constantly being reconfigured. So she's flirty, she's talking about fun facts, she's being sexual. So it's kind of a cool thing because Janet itself is a construct, but Janet also represents human nature. So basically, for example, right? Um, Michael is reprogramming her to be this perfect person, right? But it's understanding the fabric of human being. So sometimes she's too friendly, sometimes she's too flirty, which is something that's being human. And there's this nice balance that makes you yourself. But Janet is not herself because herself is a robot. Um, so there you go. Got more of Eleanor and Tahini. This is super nice. Michael is really trying to help Shitty. And this is also important because the first episode, you understand, okay, so this is gonna be very complaining from my part. I understand that Eleanor or Kristen Bell is the main character, but at the same time, give me some of the other characters. And this episode is basically called Tahani Al Jamil, which is beautiful. Thank you, beautiful, something like that. Um, and it's cool because I want to see more of the other people. They have a short cast, so because they have a short cast, it's easy to do the. Ah, my apologies. Because they have a short cast, it's easy to explore every single character, right? So again, Eleanor now she's going super far. Shitty is. This is kind of cool. This is really cool. Shitty is facing his issues, and again, this is perfect because in three episodes you establish characters, right? Shitty is dealing with a literal life crisis, which is, and this is, I have a theory about that, what the showrunner wanted to do, which is amazing. Shitty is having a little life crisis where he was told that what he spent his life working on was not good, right? And then he has Eleanor, who is constantly doing something that's wrongfully moral. Shitty only hope to prove that his version of good moral ethic is by taking somebody like Eleanor, which is completely hopeless to save, and help her reach a higher state of mind. A higher state of mind meaning that, okay, well, guess what? I don't know going to be able to help you as much as I help others, but at least I'm going to try. And this is what you're trying to do. So, pretty cool. And if he's trying to help Eleanor, if he succeeded in helping Eleanor, then he did more than a lot of things. I told you the scene about the boyfriend. You got. This is good. She talks to Michael and said, listen, I think you've been trying to find me a hobby. I'm grateful, but I want to keep on working on the book. And this is cool because so far, Shitty is a weird character. As much as he doesn't seem assertive, he has his own ID, and he's able to place them. He doesn't seem assertive, but he sort of is, right? But that's interesting. At the same time, uh, there you go. Eleanor is being a really good friend to Eleanor is being a really good friend to Tahani because Tahani once again tells her that Janu doesn't talk and she wish she could know him and she respects his vow of silence, but I'm his wife. If he wants to talk to me, he should be able to talk to me. And then when she come back, guess what happened? The plant is beautiful, which means that she did something right. And truthfully, except for cleaning up the garbage, this is the first thing that she does that's kind of nice. So, Eleanor is being recommended as the assistant of Michael, which is not a plot because I don't remember it being part of the plot. So we're just gonna skip this. We have the second message, which is, I know if you don't belong here, meet me here. Meet me at some place. So she go to the place, and guess what? She finds Janu, and Janu is talking. Now, this is funny because Janu says, I don't belong here either. We're in the same boat. So why is that important? Well, because Eleanor was a mistake, but Janu being a mistake, and the show, the biggest spoiler of the show is there's a really good reason why Eleanor and Janus are there, right? But then the show is putting it as a, well, Michael, this is his first neighborhood, so mistake will be made, which I thought was really good. I think I'm gonna go. No, we're good. I'm gonna go in because I can see a lot. So basically, Janu tells her like, "Yo, this is who I am." This is super cool because Michael was when I gave him my idea. Janu or Jason is kind of like a dummy, and I mean this respectfully, right? He's a endearing dummy. I don't remember much from the character to be honest, so possibly not as meaningful as Chris and Bella are shitty. I remember shitty. I remember Michael a lot. I remember Janet a lot, and I remember um, Eleanor a lot, which is important, right? So Jason is like, yo, it was Michael's idea. He told me that the guy I'm supposed to replace, and this is the exact same as Eleanor. So they have the same name, but a different past, right? So he told him that he was a monk that took a vow of silence, and that's what he did for Michael. This is how he lied his way by just not talking. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Um, we have the whole thing, which is Eleanor and Jason trying to. This is bad because Jason can tell her secret, but I don't think he will. I don't think he would. But it's mostly like, yo, we're not supposed to be here. What are we doing? And he's freaking out. So if Jason, see, this is also important. Even if Jason doesn't say that he doesn't belong here, if Michael understands that Jason wasn't supposed to be there, but is there, there possibly somebody else that is not there. See, what's going on right now is there's a lot of problems. For example, we got the first episode where there was a huge problem. Second episode where there was a huge problem. The third episode we have a sinkhole, which is gonna be super disastrous. So this is pretty much it, right? Um, we got Hani, who is in charge of organizing a restaurant, and that restaurant is super, super, super important. Janu has his place where he's supposed to be maintaining, but this is a frat boy house. So basically, he has a porn mag, he has games. I had it a porn mag, but still. And then this is super, 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 super cool because this is where. Oh, what did I get here? Oh. Oh. We got Janu Pass, right? Where it was supposed to be Acid Cat, which is okay. So he was a DJ. That wasn't a good DJ. So his whole MO was he wanted to be himself. He wanted to be recognized, and this is super important. Oh shit. Guys, we have to go. My phone just ended battery, so I have to go. I'll be right back with some more.